Now to your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes. Now to your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes. We continue to keep an eye on that breaking news in Orville. One person in custody. At least 5 people are victims in a mass shooting at an AMP gas station. The suspected shooter, again, is in custody, and we'll have updates throughout the show.
He's always been a kind, big-hearted, helpful guy. Definitely not a killer.
The family of 67-year-old Robert Somerville defending him as he makes his first court appearance. He's accused of killing Stockton Fire Captain Max Fortuna, who was responding to a nearby fire. Somerville's family says he had been the victim of multiple break-ins and thought he was acting in self-defense. An appeals court in Sacramento has ruled against a PG&E lawsuit meant to block the release of thousands of documents in the Camp Fire investigation. The fight is not over, though. The case could still go to the state Supreme Court. The Yolo District Attorney has filed charges against 2 people allegedly linked to an organized retail theft ring. The complaint says Alejandro Lopez and Cristina Granados committed multiple crimes between January 6th and January 17th. President Biden sending more American troops to Eastern Europe as the crisis continues on the border of Russia and Ukraine.
We're going to make sure we reassure our NATO allies in Eastern Europe that we're there.
Russia has 100,000 troops at the Ukrainian border, but says an invasion is not planned. Former NFL head coach Brian Flores speaking publicly for the first time since filing a bombshell lawsuit against the league.
We need change. That was the number one reason.
In the lawsuit filed Monday, Flores says the league is rife with racism, especially when it comes to hiring and retaining black coaches and general managers. Sacramento's Miller Park will be the next safe ground site. It will temporarily provide shelter and access for the homeless across the area. California Highway Patrol is adding 142 new officers this weekend, and today they held the traditional early morning 5-mile run in memory of fallen officers. High winds ruffling the feathers of 2 bald eagles protecting their eggs in a pine tree 145 feet above Big Bear Lake. If all goes well, the chicks could hatch late this month. And 6 more weeks of winter. Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow this morning. The famous groundhog has done this every year at Gobbler's Knob in Pennsylvania since 1887. And those are your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes.